We've all been there. You're going about your day, maybe stuck in traffic, when bam, life throws you a curveball. This is a cancer diagnosis. You're thrust into a whirlwind of doctor's appointments. But then reality sets in. The doctor mentions astronomical costs. In America, fighting for your life shouldn't mean sacrificing your financial future. The average cost of cancer treatment can reach a staggering $150,000. These are real lives hanging in the balance. This is the harsh reality of cancer care in 2024. Imagine this. You're handed a cancer diagnosis, already grappling with a whirlwind of emotions, and then you get hit with a mountain of medical bills. It's like adding insult to a very serious, life-altering injury. Suddenly, you're not just fighting for your health, but also against a system that seems designed to drain your bank account faster than you can say deductible. Families are forced to make agonizing choices. Should they drain their savings, sell their homes, or even declare bankruptcy? All in the name of extending a loved one's life? It's a heartbreaking reality that no one should have to face. The financial burden of cancer treatment can be utterly crushing, leading to stress, anxiety, and even depression. The worst part? This financial strain can actually hinder recovery. Patients may delay or forego essential treatments due to cost, putting their health at further risk. It's a vicious cycle that highlights the deep flaws in our healthcare system. We need to ask ourselves, is this really the best we can do? In a country as wealthy as ours, why are families being forced to choose between financial ruin and life-saving care? It's a question that demands an answer, and more importantly, it demands action. Enter immunotherapy, the superhero of cancer treatments. It's the medical equivalent of training your own immune system to fight off cancer cells like a microscopic ninja army. Sounds pretty amazing, right? And it can be. Immunotherapy has shown incredible promise in treating certain types of cancer, offering hope where traditional treatments have fallen short. But hold on to your hats, folks, because here comes the catch. Immunotherapy comes with a hefty price tag. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for a full course of treatment. That's enough to make even the most optimistic patient wince. While some insurance plans may cover a portion of the costs, patients are often left with significant out-of-pocket expenses. And let's be clear, these aren't your average copays. We're talking about costs that can quickly spiral out of control, leaving patients and families drowning in debt. So, while immunotherapy offers a beacon of hope for many, its astronomical cost creates a significant barrier to access. It's a classic case of incredible medical advancements being held hostage by a profit-driven healthcare system. And that, my friends, is a bitter pill to swallow. Chemotherapy. It's the word that strikes fear into the hearts of patients everywhere, and for good reason. This aggressive treatment, while often life-saving, comes with a whole host of side effects that can leave you feeling like you've been run over by a truck, repeatedly. But the pain and discomfort are just the tip of the iceberg, because on top of battling nausea, fatigue, and hair loss, chemotherapy patients also have to contend with the financial burden of this grueling treatment. And trust me, it's not for the faint of heart. Each round of chemo can cost thousands of dollars, and patients often require multiple cycles. Then there's the added cost of medications to manage those delightful side effects. Anti-nausea drugs, pain relievers, and growth factors all come with their own hefty price tags. It's enough to make you wonder, are we really valuing human life when we put a price tag on survival this high? Chemotherapy, while effective, is a prime example of how the high cost of cancer treatment can cripple patients and their families financially, adding another layer of stress and anxiety to an already challenging situation. Beyond treatments, the hidden costs of cancer care. It's not just the treatments that cost an arm and a leg. The hidden costs are like the fine print in a predatory loan. Doctor's appointments, endless scans, hospital stays, travel expenses, specialized diets, wigs, childcare costs. The list goes on and on. These hidden costs can feel as overwhelming as the disease itself. Section 6. Profits over patients? A question we need to ask. Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Or rather, the pharmaceutical executive lounging in his ivory tower, swimming in a pool of profits generated from life-saving cancer treatments. Because here's the thing, while we celebrate medical advancements and breakthroughs, we can't ignore the uncomfortable truth that profit often drives the cost of these treatments. We're talking about an industry where a single vial of a life-extending drug can cost tens of thousands of dollars, where the same treatments are significantly cheaper in other developed countries, and where pharmaceutical companies spend more on marketing and lobbying than they do on actual research and development. Now, I'm not saying that profit is inherently evil, but when it comes to healthcare, there needs to be a balance. A point where we say, enough is enough. Human lives are not commodities to be bought and sold. We need to ask ourselves, are we prioritizing profits over patients? Are we allowing a system to flourish where access to life-saving treatments is determined by the size of your bank account rather than the severity of your illness? These are tough questions, but they're questions we can no longer afford to ignore. Here's a radical thought. What if we measured the success of cancer treatments not just by how much they cost, but by how well they actually work? Crazy, right? Because here's the thing. Some of these incredibly expensive treatments offer only marginal benefits. We're talking about extending life by a matter of weeks or months, all while draining patients' bank accounts and subjecting them to grueling side effects. Meanwhile, less expensive treatments with proven track records are sometimes overlooked or dismissed. It's like ordering a $500 bottle of wine when a perfectly good $20 bottle would have done the trick. Except, in this case, we're not talking about wine. We're talking about people's lives. We need to start prioritizing value in healthcare. That means investing in research to develop more effective and affordable treatments. It means being honest with patients about the potential benefits and limitations of different treatment options. And it means ensuring that cost doesn't become an insurmountable barrier to accessing quality care. Because ultimately, the goal of cancer treatment should be to improve and extend life, not to bankrupt patients in the process. So, where do we go from here? How do we fix a system that seems so inherently broken? Well, it starts with demanding better. We need to raise our voices and make it clear that we won't stand for a healthcare system that prioritizes profits over patients. We need transparency. Let's shine a light on the true cost of these treatments, from research and development to manufacturing and marketing. Let's understand why the same drugs cost significantly less in other countries. And let's hold pharmaceutical companies accountable for justifying their pricing practices. We need value. Let's shift our focus from expensive treatments with marginal benefits to investing in research for more effective and affordable options. Let's prioritize treatments that improve quality of life, not just extend it by a few weeks. And let's ensure that patients have access to the best possible care, regardless of their financial situation. Most importantly, we need a patient-centered approach. Let's empower patients with the information they need to make informed decisions about their care. Let's involve them in the decision-making process, considering their values and preferences. And let's ensure that their voices are heard loud and clear. This isn't just a problem for cancer patients and their families. It's a societal issue that affects us all. We need to start talking about it, raising awareness, and demanding change. Share your stories, your struggles, and your frustrations. Write to your elected officials, support organizations fighting for affordable health care, and hold those in power accountable. Because here's the thing, change happens when people speak up. When we collectively say, enough is enough. So, let's make some noise. Let's fight for a healthcare system that values human life over corporate profits. Let's create a future where a cancer diagnosis doesn't come with a side of financial ruin. What are your thoughts on the high cost of cancer treatment? Have you or someone you know been affected by this issue? Share your experiences and join the conversation in the comments below. Your voice matters. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and disheartened by the state of our healthcare system. But amidst the challenges, there's always hope. Hope for a future where access to life-saving treatments isn't a luxury reserved for the wealthy. Hope for a system that prioritizes patient well-being over corporate greed. And hope for a world where a cancer diagnosis is met with compassion and support, not financial devastation. Let's keep fighting for that future. Let's demand better for ourselves, our loved ones, and generations to come. Because everyone deserves a fighting chance against cancer, without having to sacrifice their financial security in the process.